Isaiah chapter 53. The Yehudim, the Jews, like to say this is about Israel, and they like to say that because they don't believe in Yeshua. I like to say this is about Yeshua. Who has believed our report, and to whom was the arm of Yahweh revealed? Stop. What's the arm of Yahweh? The Yod. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Yod as in Yeshua. Who sits at the right hand of Elohim? The right arm, the strong hand that brought the Israelites out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt. That was Yeshua. This is Yeshua. For he grew up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form or splendor that we should look upon him, nor appearance that we should desire him. Despised and rejected by men. Achem, no, we want Barabbas the murderer. You kill Yeshua. Remember Pilate and the trial of Yeshua? Despised and rejected by men, a man of pains and knowing sickness. How did he know sickness? Well, he healed a whole bunch of it. He bore a lot of pain, did he not? And as one from whom the face is hidden, being despised, and we did not consider him. No, you did not. You rejected him. Truly, he has borne our sickness and carried our pains. Amen. Yes, he has. Yet we were reckoned with him smitten, stricken by Elohim and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our crookedness. Yeah, upon the timber, the stake, the staros. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. We all like sheep went astray. Each one of us has turned his own way. We all like sheep went astray. 1 Peter 2:21. That quote's in there. And Yahweh was laid on him the crookedness of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, but he did not open his mouth. Remember at the trial when Pilate says, "Are you going to speak up?" She was like, "Nah." He was led as a lamb to slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, but he did not open his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And as for his generation, who has considered that he shall be cut off from the land of the living? Yeah, death, burial, resurrection. For the transgression of my people he was stricken. Transgression, lawlessness. Yup. Verse 9, and he was appointed a burial site with the wrong and with the rich at his death. Joseph of Arimathea, a rich man, because he had done no violence, nor was deceit in his mouth. 1 Peter 2:21. Go read that. But Yahweh was pleased to crush him. He laid sickness on him. And when he made himself an offering for guilt, he would see a seed. He would prolong his days, and the pleasure of Yahweh prosper in his hand. He would see the result of the suffering of his life and be satisfied. Through his knowledge, my righteous servant makes many righteous, and he bears their crookedness. Therefore I give him a portion among the great, and he divides the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his being unto death. And he was counted with the transgressors. He hung between two criminals, and he bore the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. Hebrews 8, intercession. Yeah, this is 100% Yeshua. Praise Yah for the work that Yeshua did to bring us all home again. And Isaiah 54, sing, O barren one, you who did not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud, you who have not been in labor. For the children of the deserted one are more than children of the married woman, said Yahweh. Enlarge the place of your tent and let them stretch out the curtains of your dwellings. Spare not. Lengthen your cords and strengthen your stakes, for you shall break forth to the right and to the left, and your seed inherit the nations, and make the deserted cities inhabited. Do not fear, for you shall be put to shame. You shall not be put to shame, nor hurt. You shall not be humiliated. For the shame of your youth you shall forget, and not remember the reproach of your widowhood any more. For your Maker is your husband, Yahweh of hosts is his name, and the set apart one of Israel is your Redeemer. He is called the Elohim of all the earth. As if 53 wasn't clear enough, now it's basically saying, hey, you Yehudim who have messed up and who have got a tiny little inheritance, don't worry about it. You'll not be ashamed anymore because of Isaiah 53, Yeshua. For your Maker is your husband, Yahweh of hosts is his name. The set apart one of Israel is your Redeemer. He is called the Elohim of all the earth. For Yahweh has called you like a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, like a wife of youth when you were refused, declares your Elohim. For a little while I have forsaken you, but with great compassion I shall gather you. In an overflow of my wrath I hid my face from you for a moment, but with everlasting loving commitment I shall have compassion on you, said Yahweh, your Redeemer. For this is the waters of Noah to me, in that I have sworn that the waters of Noah would never again cover the earth. So I have sworn not to be wroth with you, nor rebuke you. Kind of puts the lie to the whole replacement theology. Yah put the church away, or put the Israel away, and now he chose the church. Negative. Malachi 3 verse 6, I'm the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth, I change not. For though the mountains be removed and the hills be shaken, my loving commitment is not removed from you, nor is my covenant of peace shaken, said Yahweh, who has compassion on you. O you afflicted one, tossed with the storm and not comforted, see, I am setting your stones in antimony, and I shall lay your foundations with sapphires. Lay your foundations with sapphires. You know, that's what's at the throne of Yah. That's what the Ten Commandments were made out of. Yeah. So your foundation is the Torah. And shall make your battlements of rubies and your gates of crystal and all your walls of precious stone. Sounds a lot like the imagery in Revelation chapter 21 and 22, doesn't it? And all your children taught by Yahweh, and the peace of your children great. In righteousness, Luke 1 verse 6, blamelessly walking in the commands, you shall be established. Far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and far from ruin, for it does not come near you. See, they shall indeed assemble, but not because of me. Whoever shall assemble against you falls for your sake. See, I myself have created the blacksmith who blows the coals in the fire, who brings forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall prove wrong. This is the inheritance of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness from me, declares Yahweh. So these Jews that killed the Mashiach still have an inheritance if they believe in him and turn to the Redeemer of Israel, the set apart one of Israel, their husband, Yahweh, their husband made flesh, Yeshua. And we should be praying for them and teaching them, and not be teaching them this worldly Christian pagan bullcrap, but all the biblical reasons why Yeshua is HaMashiach. Y'all have a blessed Sabbath. Shalom.